I made one video about the practical things, but then I realized I forgot I forgot probably the most key important things about just practical things in your everyday life of dealing with borderline personality disorder. So I'm making a new video. Perfect time for me to go out and see if I can find my cat. He is left behind somewhere here out on the field. Well, anyway, the key point I wanted to present was the importance for people with borderline personality disorder to not get stuck in thoughts that lead you into a bad emotional spiral, downfalling, feeling angry or upset about stupid things, especially when you're like me, very prone to become depressive. I want to address the importance of allowing yourself and not feeling bad at all about having a hobby, having a need for escapism. I've had that all my adult life, a very craving need to just escape from the cruel and harsh reality that I couldn't handle very well. And I also had a surrounding around me where people, like in many cases, not just the people with borderline, struggle in accepting this. They rightfully think that I should have perhaps spent time studying for an exam rather than playing a computer game. But the computer games playing was, I realize now, my need to de-stress, my need to relax and feel happy, to do something other than have my mind on the things that stressed me, because my body kept telling me this is wrong. This is basically you sticking your hand into a pot of boiling water, and stop doing that. And the way to handle me sticking my hand into a pot of boiling water was escapism. Very often playing computer games. Yeah, I know, an adult, soon 50-year-old man, I played a lot of computer games. I'm an early adopter, as they say. I've been around since the 80s playing computer games. But also creative things. I've always been attracted to creative things like drawing, like music, like writing, just creating things, stories. I write a lot. I fantasize a lot. I create worlds in my mind. I'm a world builder as a hobby. It's very important to me to create things. I do this in computer games as well. I tend to play computer games in which I create stuff. So creativity has always, subconsciously, long before I knew about my diagnosis, been important to me. There he is. He's coming here. The lion on the savannah. And this is a hard thing unless you have a very supportive surrounding which like and enjoy the need of creative things. You will most definitely come into conflict if you're young and it's your parents, or it's just simply your spouse, your partner. Accepting your needs is always going to be a challenge for them, but I can assure you that it will be a lot easier if you can actually tell them that it is a necessity for you, for your health, for your well-being, for your mental issues. a crazy cat is also good for you. He's 14 years old. You could think that he could probably not be a lot more older than, like, 6-7 year olds, but no, he is an old cat running like crazy across the fields. Yeah, where was I? Hobbies. You must have them. They are probably a key part of most people's life when you have borderline personality disorder. I've yet to talk to anyone else with it who has not been as creative as I, or a lot more even. It is undoubtedly extraordinarily important to be creative, because this is the distraction you need, the breathing space for your brain. A place and time where, instead of worrying of stupid things you cannot handle and just falling into a spiral of panic or feeling abandoned or feeling jealous about your partner about stupid things, and everything which is just a symptom of you thinking too much but too stupidly on things, too irrational of things. One way of handling this is simply just not being able to think. Sometimes this is handled very perfectly with people having just a shitload of practical things to do. Their work, their everyday life, their family, distractions. But I'm pretty sure you will often notice that people who are creative, they need the space and time for their creativity to heal, to recharge their batteries, so to say. And add to that this aspect as well, the need for the brain to distract, to be creative. Well, I assume making this channel is a way of being creative. I have a lot of other things I do. I write and I draw and I create other things. I like to do carpentry. But this is definitely a form of creativity. Becoming a YouTuber and making content like this, and a quite obviously therapeutical one, where I talk about my issues and hopefully find someone out there watching this who can feel helped by what the things I say, or just want to discuss them. I mean, remember, these are just my opinions and my experiences, and yours may be different.